Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 just dropped recently, and I am not exaggerating when I say this might be the most insane chapter we have ever gotten. We explore the labs. They dropped bombshell after bombshell of lore, completely blowing open everything we thought we knew. And we finally come face to face with 1006, the big bad himself, the prototype. Are we gonna see it? Yes! Let me see the face! Oh my goodness, it is a jester! Oh my goodness, that's creepy! Oh my goodness. But in this video, I'm not going to break down the entire chapter. That's a video for another day. Today, we are talking specifically about the ending. What actually happened, what I believe the fake-out ending really means, and why I think the prototype may have already won. So, if you haven't played Chapter 5 yet, this is your spoiler warning. You can either go play it yourself, or you can check out my full playthrough that will be linked in the description. It will also be in the top right hand corner. Alright, you have been warned, and let's do this. But first, let's hear from today's sponsor, Jerky Pro. Jerky Pro is an American-based beef jerky company. They are FDA, USDA, and SNAP food stamp approved. They have amazing deals going on right now, like 2 1-pound bags with 2 additional 3-ounce bags for $80. Or my personal favorite, the Variety Bundle, which includes 10 assorted 3-ounce bags. But they don't just stop at beef jerky. They also have normal household groceries like meats, breads, and energy drinks. They are partnered with Texas Roadhouse and Omaha Steaks to bring you high-quality steaks that you can also buy in bulk. If you use my code DARNBLUECRAB with a capital DBC, you will get 5% off of your orders at checkout. Thank you again to Jerky Pro for sponsoring this video. Where we start is right after the Huggy Wuggy chase that leads us to the train tracks. We regroup with Poppy and Kissy Missy. Then suddenly, Huggy swoops in, and we are seconds away from being torn limb from limb. Then something strange happens. Huggy sees Kissy. He stops. His entire demeanor changes almost instantly. And this confirms something that we've all pretty much been told but never had confirmation of. Kissy Missy was made solely to calm him down. That moment, honestly, it is one of the only genuinely emotional scenes that we've gotten this entire series. You can actually see them communicating through their roars, their moans, whatever you want to call that. It's not just random noises. It's showing that there's a connection there. Kissy reaches out, holds up her hand, and they are about to hold hands. And then, Captain Forever Alone himself, the prototype, stabs Huggy straight through the gut. Then, he strikes down Kissy when she tries to confront him. There's no hesitation, no emotion. The prototype does not care about loyalty, love, connection, any of it. He eliminates anything and anyone that stands in his way of his goal, capturing Poppy. Then he turns his attention to Poppy. That moment, it changes everything because it shows us something very important. He is not just powerful, he is strategic, and he is willing to do anything to get what he wants. After that, we get the most Uncharted style train sequence this franchise has ever had. At the end of it, we freeze the prototype in place, on the train. The train barrels forward and we crash it into the end of the train tracks. Everyone's celebrating. We take a sigh of relief. It feels like we finally took care of the big bad. But then the prototype pulls off his best William Afton impression because, of course,
I always come back.
He rises up from the wreckage and charges towards the group. And what happens next, I couldn't really explain properly if I tried. So here's the footage. Oh, am I gonna die right at the door? Oh, it's terrifying visual. Okay, I still have no inputs.
Should you come back years later, your conscience finally getting the better of you, may you descend into the dark and the dust. Welcome.
That moment left me speechless and confused. But what happens after that? That's where things get really interesting. We're then revived by Giblet, and he immediately tells us something massive. The prototype took Poppy while we were unconscious. Let that sink in for a second. While we were out, presumably dead, we got the Huggy treatment. He took her. And then we go into the IT server room. We boot up the backup. We see the doctor. The sequence we saw before that strange perspective, that distorted view, it didn't really make sense to me at first. But after sleeping on it, I think I solved it. And if I'm right, this will change everything we know leading into a possible chapter 6. I think that the fake out ending wasn't from our perspective. I think it was from Poppy's eyes, or rather, her eye. We are intentionally not shown who it was because Poppy Playtime herself is who we are looking through. Think about that. Right after we woke up, Giblet straight up tells us the prototype took her. Meaning the scene that we had witnessed had to have happened while we were unconscious. And if he didn't take us, that could only mean it was one person, Poppy. And that also means that he now has what he wants. Not just physically, not just mentally, emotionally, and probably even neurologically. Here is the scary part. At this point in the story, the prototype has won. He has seemingly eliminated his two biggest hurdles in Kissy and Pop and Huggy, with, in typical game logic, no body, no death. So holding out hope. Hashtag bring back Huggy. And earlier in the chapter, he specifically tells her,
Don't be afraid. I can fix you.
Poppy, I
Can make you better.
But fix her how? Is he going to reprogram her? Is he going to connect her to the hive mind that he has been going on for the last 10 years? Because if Poppy gets put into that gel and he is able to quote unquote fix her, will she even want to leave anymore? Will she now become loyal to the prototype? Because remember, the prototype isn't just a monster. He is a leader. He is building something. He's got a whole side to the revolution that is loyal to him. Just think about Catnap and all the stuff that he did because of his love for the prototype. And if Poppy joins that connected hive mind, we may not be rescuing her in Chapter 6. We might be fighting her and trying to eliminate her. If this theory is correct, Chapter 6 becomes something completely different. It's no longer an escape mission. It might not even be a final confrontation. It is a retrieval. We now have to go back into the factory, probably even further than we have already gone, because at this point, we're doing some journey to the center of the earth type business. Because we need to get Poppy back. But here is a bigger question. If we are able to free her from this hive mind, will she even want to leave? Poppy has always been a little mysterious. Helpful, yes, but manipulative, most definitely. She has always known more than she has let on, only giving us the information we need in that specific time to have us continue following what she needs us to do. And if the prototype can, quote unquote, fix her, maybe she was never fully free to begin with. Maybe she has been partially connected this whole time, and we have been playing into their hands. Like a video I made before, link in the description. My final thoughts are Chapter 5 didn't just give us action, it rewrote the stakes that we now have to face. The prototype isn't just the final boss anymore. He's already 3 steps ahead. He sacrificed Huggy without hesitation. He neutralized Kissy with no emotion. He took Poppy, and he survived a literal train crash. That's not luck. All right, maybe a little bit, but that is planning. So the real question going into Chapter 6 isn't how do we stop the prototype? It's can we even undo what's already been done? Because if Poppy is compromised, if she joins that hive mind, then the emotional core of this story just flipped entirely. And that might be the most terrifying twist in this whole series. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more Chapter 5 theories, make sure to subscribe because I have been feeling that we are nowhere near done covering what this chapter actually has going on. Also, leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.